from downtown Detroit. Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
A millage on the ballot is sparking some confusion and controversy in Clinton Township. Some police officers say if it doesn't pass, neighbors can expect the same type of response they get right now.
We're factoring a budget reduction of approximately $9.6 million, and that is, for the police department, substantial.
However, the legal language of this millage has some neighbors concerned about higher taxes. Thank you for joining us at 4. I'm Ty Steele. Karen Drew is on assignment today. So Clinton Township officials say this $2.37 million millage is one that voters are already paying for. It's a renewal, not a change, they say. Let's bring in Will Jones live from Clinton Township with the details on this. Will, this decision goes to voters August 5th. What do we need to know?
Yeah, and Ty, Clinton Township officials are trying to address some confusion about this $2.37 million police millage renewal here in the township that will be on the ballot on Tuesday. It stems from the ballot language. Is it really a renewal or is it an increase? So here's what we're learning. The ballot wording uses the word increase, and that's where the confusion is coming from. Township officials say there's a legal reason for that. For legal or ballot purposes, the millage is treated as if it's a completely new tax measure, even if it's actually renewing an existing one. The millage would raise $9.6 million when first levied in 2026 to fund the Clinton Township Police Department.
Every millage that is voter approved always has to have a term, a lifespan. And so voters have previously approved these millages. We're asking for a renewal of those millages that they had previously approved. And so this would be a 10-year term.
It's important to mention if voters do vote no, it will be a tax decrease, a tax reduction. So what will happen here at the Clinton Township Police Department if voters decide not to approve this renewal? We're going to talk about that at 6, but for right now, we're live in Clinton Township. Will Jones, Local 4.
So voters decided to keep their taxes the same, or if they want to reduce their taxes, but it's all related to the police department and its budget. Thank you, Will. Appreciate you breaking that down for us. Just into our newsroom. A bond hearing is underway for 42-year-old Bradford James Gilley. He is the man accused of stabbing 11 people at a Traverse City Walmart, facing terrorism charges and 11 counts of attempted murder. Gilley is charged again with that terrorism charge and all those attempted murder charges. We'll let you know the results of this hearing and whether or not the judge will grant him bond. We'll stay on top of that. We've also learned another victim in the Traverse City Walmart stabbing is now out of the hospital. Munson Medical Center sent out an update on the 11 people hurt in the attack. We're told all are going to survive. The hospital now says 1 patient is still in fair condition, 5 others are in good condition, 2 were treated and moved to other facilities, and now 3 people have all gone home. It's amazing that people weren't hurt more severely in this senseless stabbing. Turning to the Pacific Ocean, where tsunami fears are fading after a huge earthquake. We are getting a live look at pictures from Hawaii, where a tsunami advisory is still in effect. Video here shows thousands of people forced to evacuate after an 8.8 magnitude earthquake sent waves towards the island. It was very touch and go for a minute there. Let's bring in forewarned meteorologist Brett Collar. Brett, you're tracking some storms here at home as well.
The active weather that we're dealing with, the tsunami, of course, a big story. We'll dive more into that coming up at 5 o'clock. But for now, the big story around here, there are a couple of cells that have developed here on Exact Track 4D radar. Nothing severe, but there has been from time to time a little bit of lightning and thunder with what's been developing. We'll put the loop on over the last hour so you can see how this has been developing and slowly moving off to the east. Not moving much, though, so localized ponding, maybe some localized flooding could be a concern, especially if you're along and south of I-94 as we head throughout the next couple of hours. There's a few more cells trying to pop in and around the area, but kind of few and far between. The more widespread rain is set to move in later on this evening. But areas mainly along and south of I-94 under that marginal risk for severe weather. That's level 1 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. More storms south of Chicago. They're kind of coming this way. I think the worst of it stays 2 hours south, but we will have some more rain later on this evening and through parts of the night tonight, even through parts of the day tomorrow. We'll time it all out for you coming up in just a bit.
Right, Brett, sounds good. Now to a tragic story that we've been following for more than a year, the murder of Oakland County Deputy Bradley Reckling. Today, one of the teenagers charged in his death learned his sentence. Marquise Goins will serve between 10 and 32 years for carjacking and other crimes. 2 other teens have also been charged. Raymond DeBose pleaded guilty yesterday for the deputy's murder. He faces 33 to 60 years in prison, but won't be sentenced until August 22nd. And a third teen involved, Kareem Moore, is currently serving a 20-year sentence for his involvement. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office is investigating the death of a man whose body was found floating in Pine Lake in West Bloomfield. Search and rescue teams found the man last night at around 8:30. He is believed to be between 20 and 40 years old. He did not have any ID on him. Anyone with information about the victim's identity or the circumstances surrounding his death should call the sheriff's office. 2 people are dead after a car crashed into a building on Gratiot early this morning. This is video from the scene. We've learned a family of 4 was in the car, all adults. The 2 surviving family members are still in the hospital. Police say they think the driver was speeding down Gratiot before crashing into a building at around 4 this morning. The crime scene shut down the road for hours, as you can expect. Gratiot is back open right now. Police are investigating exactly what led up to that crash. We'll let you know as soon as we learn more. Northern Michigan is getting some help to recover from that big ice storm that hit back in March. President Trump declared a major disaster in 13 northern communities, and that means that FEMA grants are now available to help local governments, tribes, and nonprofits clean up debris and make repairs.
This disaster had a widespread impact. We are committed to ensuring that communities recover and that they have what they need to recover along the way.
There is some caveats, though. FEMA did not approve help for individuals, but there is a 30-day period to ask them to reconsider. Meanwhile, residents and businesses can apply for assistance from the Small Business Administration. You can apply online at lending.sba.gov or by calling this number, 800-659-2955. The deadline for damaged loans is August 8th. That's coming up quick, and economic impact loans are available until March 9th, 2026. Coming up tonight on Local 4 at 11, we'll be talking with a former FEMA presidential appointee about how these federal dollars will help communities up north and what you need to know if you were affected. Detroit's small business world is constantly growing with a wide range of products. The Congregation Detroit is spotlighting some of those businesses at their monthly night market event. Happening tomorrow from 5 to 9 p.m. Events manager Bella Brown says they are trying to bridge the gap between accessibility and community.
At the congregation, we try to bring as much to our space for our neighbors so that they can get the feel of being able to walk to a market, being able to get fresh produce when they can. And so I think it's important for the community surrounding, because we can be a hub for, a lot of these businesses to create, like a conduit. Through us, we can be a platform for them.
Creating a small business ecosystem. Love it. If you aren't able to make it tomorrow night, be sure to check out the website on your screen for all night market upcoming dates. Federal Reserve keeping interest rates steady for now despite pressure from the Trump administration to lower them. Economic growth has slowed, but inflation remains stubbornly high. 2 Fed officials appointed by Trump dissented, reflecting economic uncertainty. Traders expected the Fed to maintain the rate at 4.5%, even as President Trump pushes for cuts to boost growth. Inflation is at 3% for the year's first half, higher than expected. And the stock market reacting sharply to the Fed's decision, giving up its gains and sliding downward today. Getting a live look at the New York Stock Exchange's big board here just a few minutes after closing. As you can see, the Dow dropped by more than 100 points. NASDAQ also dropping today.